Welcome back, everyone, for more Pathfinder 2nd Edition playtest.
Woo.
It's
Hey!
fine. I understand.
Alright.
We've had an ordeal getting here, but we are here. So for the sake of time, I have written up a quick summation of what happened at the end of the last campaign that we just didn't get a chance to play out, or small adventure path. So after you guys have defeated the zombies, you save the floating man, a Janai or Geniekind named Mabar. He reveals to you that he was a friend of the creator of the tomb, Tular Seft, but he was betrayed and sealed in here, and his natural magical energy was used to fuel his former friend's ambitions. It seems that Tular was an elementalist who particularly studied the elemental planes and how they interact with each other. But during his study, he began to study darker realms and planes, which corrupted him. Janai reveals the secret entrance to Seth's final resting place. He is unable to reveal more about the runes on the wall, and all he knows about the Dark Realm is that they can corrupt both mind and soul. You then enter the chamber, finding a tiny bleak chamber with unfinished stone walls. One wall was lined with shelves filled with many musty leather books. In the center of the room was an ancient mummified body, which sat at a stone-topped table. Posed as if in meditation or study, iron bars held the preserved corpse in place, with cuffs holding its moldering hands on either side of a massive gemstone, with which glowing holograms shifted and changed. A brace across the front of the body held the face forward, facing at the far wall, with empty eye sockets. On the wall, a large ornate mirror frame is filled with a sheet of absolute darkness, black beyond the night. Each one of you glanced at the darkness in the frame of the mirror and felt an alien mind brush up against you, leaving Oren, Gregor, and Lydia shaken and frightened for the next day and a half. Revolt was able to push back, only feeling a bit of discomfort before quickly covering the mirror. You raid the tomb, gaining many magical items and a small library of books to sell. You also collected the large gemstone. You were able to leave the tomb and return to your employer before the Night Heralds even arrived. Upon returning, Janai leaves, and you are paid for your work and for the books, leaving to continue your life as adventurers, after having successfully returned the countdown clock.
Hooray.
Cool.
Hooray.
So for this game, each one of you, I believe, has a connection to the Palatine Order already. At some point, each one of you receives this letter, which I'm about to upload.
Which is coming to you now.
Well, he did say at some point. He didn't say it already happened.
Cool. All right, so you all receive this letter. And if one of you would like to read that out loud for the chat.
Faithful friend, your sisters and brothers of the esteemed Palatini are at a loss. We need the assistance of a specific expert, but to get it, we need help from you. To explain, 2 years ago, from an ancient tomb in Katapesh, our agents retrieved a most sinister gem called a countdown clock. Within its facets dance shifting runes that chronicle the elapsing of time. Our scholars have recently determined that these shifting runes are counting down to the year 478. This is most alarming, for we have also learned that this year is of significance to the dominion of the Black. Beyond these facts, we are stymied. The Palatine Eye needs to know what we face. Specifically, we need the research skills of one Dr. Vered Osela. Ustalov's foremost expert on the Dominion of the Black, and a vaunted professor at the oh God, what is that word?
Say it.
Sinkomataki School. The good doctor, however, is not currently in residence at his post. We understand that he has gone to a sabbatical at Sombrefell Hall, a manor his family owns on the southwestern shores of Lantern Lake. Some say that his research into the Dominion has left his mind in a delicate state. If there were any other way to thwart the evils we face, we would not bother the good professor. Along with a group of like-minded and pious partners we've assembled, we ask you to travel to the professor's retreat and humbly ask for his aid. Dr. Osila knows the horrors of the Dominion would visit on us better than anyone, and he respects those dedicated to thwarting them. He is, by all accounts, a religious man, and we hope he will listen to you, consider our case, and help us despite the rest he is undertaking. Please, without delay, meet the others at the Hungry Fog in Rosenport Square on Oath Day, noon. Gather the supplies you need and travel together to Sombrefell Hall to beseech the doctor. Should he agree, we can arrange for a stipend to pay him for his services. We humbly request your utmost alacrity. We know not what we face, nor is there time to waste. Yours, in the unexplained, the Eye.
Thank you for that. Good reading. All right. So each one of you is able to make your way to the Hungry Fog. Ben, Corran is able to is the first one to arrive.
Of course I am.
A few minutes,
How could it be
a
any
few
other
minutes
way?
later, Nick walks in.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. I walk in.
Ah, you're finally here.
It does take me quite some time.
Oh, my deepest apologies. It does take me quite some time to get places.
Can I sit with you?
Can I sit with you?
Um, I would I assume there's like places to sit, so he just kind of like waves his hand, very like dismissively towards like a stump or something.
Yeah, it's a tavern. So yeah,
Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, then like a stool.
Cool.
Whatever.
As you guys are
The Hungry Fog is just a clearing covered in fog.
as you guys sit down, Emil walks in. You can see
At my massive 3'5".
oh
Definitely just heard like a meal, like food. But
Yeah.
Emil walks in.
right.
Emil walks in.
If we were playing as our other characters.
walks in.
It's
I'm
not
assuming
an
that each one of you has some
Sorry.
sort of sigil or something on you, so you could easily recognize each other. That's something that just signifies you as a member of the order.
Well,
Well,
I-
Yes, of course.
yes.
Yes.
I mean, we were told that we were meeting like a group of like religiously inclined people.
Sorry.
Apparently not.
So
So apparently not him.
I walk in, but like
oh no,
I mean,
totally me. Hang on.
I'm proudly bearing the spiral. So that everyone knows that I am a cleric. I mean, I otherwise look like a grave digger, but
Arcana? What's that? I have religion. There we go.
All right, so Emil, you walk in and you see the other two gentlemen taking up seats.
yeah. I tip my hat towards them, and I'm going to say, I suppose you're the party that's headed for Sombrefell.
I asked for the best, and this is what they gave me.
Yes, that's us.
Yes, that's us.
You can sit if you'd like.
You can sit if you'd like.
I take a seat. My hat ascends above the table, but the rest.
I'm
of me
assuming
does
you
not.
you're a halfling or a gnome.
I
A few
am.
minutes
I'm a
a few
halfling.
minutes after seeing you, a special seat is brought for you.
Oh
that's,
yeah.
that's true. What,
Well,
can you guys
one
like,
second.
describe your character?
So,
Sweet
as yeah,
Great,
as
okay,
the
alright, cool.
We gotta get
the
that guy.
wait staff brings that, Orde walks in, and you are able to
yes.
to recognize that the party is the party of people that you're going with.
Not sure if he sees. You're not sure if he sees you or not. He is walking right towards you, but he has his face buried in a book.
Oh, of course. I get the nerds.
Friggin' nerd.
All right, so
Friggin'
go ahead and
nerds.
describe your characters.
We're gonna start. No, I can start. I have a black attire, a wide brimmed hat. I proudly wear a simple blacked breastplate. The device that holds on my otherwise relatively raggedy cloak is a sort of spiraling form. I have a heavy rune covered shield that to anyone else it would be a buckler, but for me it's huge. And I have a very ornately crafted so that it doesn't fit into a sheath. It's a dagger, but it's in the form of like a multiple metallic bands that form like a spire that arc down into like a so it's almost like a more like a drill than a dagger. And I'm a pale, very pale. I have shoulder length blonde hair and almost painful to look at blue eyes.
Okay, cool. And you are a halfling cleric?
Of 3'5", yes. And I am very clerical.
Cool. Who wants to go next?
I can.
Cool.
I can.
I am a dwarf.
Go, dwarf man!
I am a dwarf. I am dressed in plate mail, and I have just. I look very. My demeanor is very sedated. I have a long braided beard, and I have a hammer that I don't seem like I really know how to handle. But I seem to have. I seem fairly good natured, if nothing else.
I like that image. Like, I don't know what to do with this.
Just like dragging it on the floor.
I just picture him like cradling it
All right,
with both arms.
Corran.
I'm not sure how one does hammer.
All right. All right. Corran is a he's a human, fairly tall for a human, like, you know, over 6 feet. He's a Taldan human. So he's very
A tall Taldan.
dismissive of everyone and thinks that his opinion is probably better than everyone else's. For no
One
fault
of
of his
those.
own, but that's just the way he is. He's got like glorious flowing brown hair, like really striking green eyes. He's wearing
Mario.
full shiny plate mail. He has a tabard across it that has a very large depiction of the crest of our order. And then next to him at the table is leaning a great steel shield, also painted with the crest of the order. And then leaning next to it is a very large hand-and-a-half sword.
That he really wishes he could wield with two hands while holding his shield.
He does, yeah.
And then
You know, make that sword
mechanically,
great.
he is a human paladin. Correct? All right, cool.
Yes. Yes.
Mechanically, he is the god emperor?
All right.
You know, basic mechanics here.
Just your basic god emperor.
Orde.
No bells or whistles.
All right. A very reserved person, clearly more interested in the magical nature of things than anything else. He seems a bit more on the younger side than anyone you would expect to have learned such a thing. So probably came by his magical inclinations naturally.
Oh, natural.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry.
Fortunately, he displays in that youthful face something of the arrogance that imparts on one. He dresses in primarily dark blue robes with some gold accents. And let's see. And he seems more overall he seems seems to keep his mind busy at all times if he can.
Cool. And mechanically, he is a human sorcerer.
Human sorcerer
Ah,
with the aberrant bloodline.
cool. All right, so all of you are gathered at the tavern.
So, this is very interesting.
So, this is very interesting, right? It should be an adventure.
Seems fairly cut and dry. We were here to speak on behalf of the Order with a man at Sombrefell, I believe. Unfold the letter
Yeah.
from my armor. Yeah. I know a great many people, but I have never met this Dr. Osala. Does anyone at the table know him?
Does anyone at the table
Going
know
to
him?
assume no.
Does
No,
anyone
none
at the
of you have met
table know him?
before.
I don't.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah. Ford shakes his head no.
Interesting. But you have all worked with the Order for
Yes,
some time? It would
Yes.
appear?
I have.
Nod yes.
I have.
Interesting.
He is
I
still
have,
reading his book.
I have friends, but I have not interacted very much. Is this the normal sort of task that you find yourselves completing?
No. I,
No.
Corran has been like kind of staring off into the corner of the room while you've been talking, but at the mention of the task, he looks over at you and says, "No, normally we get something that's interesting."
I see. Normally my own services are employed for something significantly different.
Clearly, we're above this riffraff.
Well, perhaps you might rethink that should you see what my normal jobs are.
Because the real question is, are you up to the task?
Well, I certainly have spent a good deal of time amongst nobility, and I know a thing or two about convincing people of things that do not seem to be in their best interest at the time. So I'll be willing to give it a shot.
I mostly just keep people alive.
I mostly just keep people alive.
Like Emil's smile just gets really big when you say that. So, I am not very familiar with this area, having come from a fairly great distance. Does anyone here know the location of Sombrefell Hall?
I do wish to be
Sure.
from this area, if that helps, but I don't.
Or
Oh, we
sure.
have information? Okay.
Orde knows the way. I'm fine with that.
Ord knows
Yeah.
the way. He's like,
Yeah.
mansion full of ancient books about crazy stuff. Yeah, I know exactly
Yeah.
where that is.
You realize the book that he's been reading is an atlas this whole time.
Atlas O.
Yes.
The,
Aha.
the Atlas O interesting places.
All right. So with that, do you guys take your leave?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Mia?
Yes.
Um.
Oh no.
I mean, like, I get a small
Yeah.
drink before we go. But
The manor is located about 25 miles northeast of Rosenport. Of course, mostly flat terrain.
okay.
Though the surroundings become more remote the further one ventures. The house is situated at the end of a fairly well demarcated road. Ab- wow, whoever did this particular chapter apparently like really likes using like big, complex, somewhat archaic words. Abutting the lake.
It's for
Oh, so Aaron wrote this.
Yeah.
It's for
the
fun.
The journey is
just for
uneventful, but takes you the
flavor.
better part of the day. So you arrive at the manor in late afternoon. Like a smoky
Right.
acceleration of a mighty beast, a billow of haze blankets the lake. A massive mansion rises from the mist, with sweeping roofs topping 2.5 vaulted stories. The manor's grand entrance consists of mahogany double doors, a white marble knocker fashioned in the likeness of an angel-shaped ankh, with a tarnished bronze place card that reads Sombrefell Hall.
Ooh, spooky.
Can I reach the knocker?
Standing on your tiptoes? Yes.
I'll do it. Doom, doom, doom.
It takes a few minutes, but the ancient door cracks open.
I sweep my hat
One second,
off,
I'm gonna move you guys
placing it
to
over my chest,
to the actual
although
entrance map.
being very delicate. Not to cover the symbol of Pharasma, and I will say,
You were not
do
expected.
we know? Were we expected? We weren't heralded. Yeah.
Oh, I
Um,
also bear the symbol of Pharasma. It's a point
Yeah.
of interest.
So I'm going to say, we do not mean to intrude, but we have come with urgent business. We are here to see Dr. Osala.
So the young woman who answers the door, which has a picture there, she takes a look at you and she goes, "The professor is very busy and wishes not to be disturbed. Come to think of it, so am I."
And again, we do not mean to intrude, and we would not unless there were a good reason for it. We have been sent at behest of powers beyond our own, and we seek the aid of the professor in work not dissimilar to that which he now
She gives you a
pursues.
quick sigh. All right, I'll go bring the professor to you. She closes the door.
Thank you.
Several minutes later, oops, 1 second. My OCD is activating by the fact that it copied his name really weird when I copied it over. The door opens. I'm Dr. Verid Askelawi, he says, looking the characters in the eye. Oh, but you knew that, didn't you? Please, explain to me why you've come here.
My name is Emil Black. We all received a letter, and I'm going to produce the letter from the Palatine Eye.
And you got a letter, and you got a letter, and you got a letter.
Everybody gets a letter.
It seems that you are the foremost expert on matters as regards the Dominion of the Black.
There's a look of recognition inside. He goes, yes?
Well, there has been a discovery made that puts them in a fairly dangerous position, and it seems that you are the best equipped individual to divine what their intention may be regarding the date herein delineated.
Countdown clock.
Yes.
Something about a countdown clock.
He responds as, I am sensitive to the Order's wishes and its worries. No one wishes to understand and thwart the Dominion more than I. And I will help you learn about the Cacton Cloak, but trust me, when I say I'm very close to solving my own problems. Once that is handled, I'll be more than happy to leave with you and help.
You have some sort of problem that you are dealing with? I place the hat back on my head.
Yes, it's quite grave, and if I don't solve it, I may not be use of anyone. I can't say any more, but I do only need a little time. A couple of days, perhaps. Maybe even just a good night's rest, if we're fortunate. You've had a long journey. Perhaps you'd like to rest in some of the bedrooms upstairs, and I'll update you in with my progress once we've all refreshed in the morning. If people would like to give me,
Insight check.
Yeah, what is everyone's perception DC? Just real quick. Yes.
Perception DC?
10 plus your
Perception
perception
good.
skill.
My perception is a
18.
11.
I'm gonna go with a big old 22. Us wisdom mongers over here.
All right.
Yeah, I also have a 22.
All right. So he finishes saying that. What is your response?
I'm going to say, that is very kind of you, sir. Gentlemen, if you are all amenable, I'm certainly willing to stay the night.
Yeah. That seems.
It seems legit.
Perhaps one of you nerds could assist the good doctor.
It's very complicated. It will take not even I can fully understand it. It takes too much time to explain it. Forgive me if that is a bit of a lacking explanation. I'm looking into a thread I've never pursued before, and I don't even know it existed until recently. It has to do with the workings of the Dominion of the Black and their agents here on Galarian. It's vital that I learn more. Dark forces may be at work even as we speak, but I can't know more. Even what help to seek if needed until I finish my work. Yes. Lucia.
Well, I am fairly versed in religious texts and lore. If there's any such to cipher through, I could certainly be of assistance.
the girl who opened the door originally reappears, and he says, "Yes, well, I have to get back to work. Lucy here will help you with anything you need." And he leaves.
Hi. Hello.
Okay, this
Hi.
one
Hello.
name worries me.
Why?
Lucy Yesterna? Sounds very
Yeah.
close to Lucy Westenra,
And you're
One of
what's the?
the-
I don't see the problem.
one of the cardinal characters from Dracula.
As someone who
I don't know what
referenced
you're talking.
Renfield at one point, I am aware. Oh boy.
All right.
This is going.
Cool. She welcomes you in.
Okay. I pad my little dusty boots in there.
Does that mean you walk in?
Does that mean you walk in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she walks in, and she tells you to come with her to the guest bedrooms, which are on the second floor. Ba-doom. Shink.
Shink, shank, shunk.
All right. As she walks up the doors, she tells you that you are free to use any of the amenities that are in the kitchen or throughout the manor. There's also some in the dining room, but she asks you to avoid the saloon, since that is where her and the other research students who came with the professors are doing most of their work unless absolutely necessary. But other than that, you are free to explore the grounds and the house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, your hospitality is most kind.
And with that, she leaves you guys and heads back.
Did he seem a bit dodgy to anyone else?
Did he seem a bit dodgy to anyone else?
Cagey, yeah. Not the sort of fellow that I'd normally trust.
Can I use perception
Oh,
on
yeah.
the room we're in? Just take a look around.
Let's say you guys are all in the main room. So this one here. Yes. This is the second floor. Oop. Just remove your tokens.
We can no longer ping.
No, you
ping
can just
like
press the
crazy.
space bar and have an arrow. It's a sad, sad day. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Am I on the? Oh, there we are. It is.
Oh, I forgot to make perception macros. I'm sorry. Just cool.
I'll just roll it then, which is
Plus 11.
1d20 plus 11 in the bracket.
Oh. Nice.
I can see the future.
Oh my.
You notice that these are the master bedrooms. They contain small built-in closets and vanities on its east side. Each to the north, each room sprouts a Shellis-style iron and glass door that opens onto an expansive balcony overlooking the lake, which is quite beautiful. The drop to the ground is 10 feet, though you do notice that there is quite a bit of ivy growing off of the balconies, making you believe it'd be a pretty easy climb down. Other than that, there's little to note of this room
Not that
besides
coming handy.
a thick layer of dust covering it. It looks as though it is not; these rooms have not been used by the researchers, and they haven't been used in a while.
Okay.
In the hall, I'm gonna say you also took a look in there. You notice that the balcony in the balcony here has a banister to prevent accidental falls to the stairs of the eastern and western eds lean down.
Specifically
Hmm.
You also notice a
Specifically for
small
accidental fall.
doorway off the western staircase here that has a new-looking padlock clamped onto it.
Wonder where that goes.
Just give me one quick second. I realized I forgot to actually put the room names on the map for me for reference material.
Oops.
How intense does this padlock look?
It's new and it looks fair. It looks like it'd be fairly difficult unless you were
On a scale of 1 to Dwarven Warhammer.
Well, you see, the problem is on a scale of 0 to the Paladin won't let you.
on a scale from, let's say, 1 to 50, it looks like it'd be looks like it'd be a difficulty of about a 25.
Oh. I'm not a thief.
Neither am I.
Oh. Yes.
Although it is brilliant. No.
Yeah, apparently the sorcerer manages to somehow be very perceptive while he has just his nose stuck in a book.
Has like eye
The
holes.
book
kinda
was
in
a
it.
lie.
Interesting.
No, it has the Palatine eye in the front. I've just
You also notice that the front hall or the receiving room was oppressively gloomy. Though a unlit chandelier glittered 20 feet overhead, dusty red carpets ran along its center, flagged with rows of 6-foot-tall iron floor sconces with a few lit candles. At the end of the halls were staircases that you came up to get to the second floor balcony.
It bothers me this was written in the past tense.
Well, just because Caleb rolled a 20, I figure I'll go back and give you more information. As you guys were coming up, you also noticed that this area was the library. It was the centerpiece of the entire building, and an enormous marble column set with towering bookshelves. Dusty divans and tables are arranged for groups to sit and study and read. Yeah,
Just
it's
stuff
the
all
books and
over the
research
floor.
notes.
Is that books? No.
All right, do you guys want to explore the grounds some more, and poke your heads in places, or?
I would just like to say that Corran makes it known that he thinks that if the Order trusts this person, then we should trust this person, and that these missions are always boring and require a lot of waiting, but he's gonna follow you guys around just so you don't get into trouble.
Who would do that? Who would
Let's
get
say,
into trouble?
out of everyone here, I think the two of us over by the padlock look kind of shady.
He's glaring at you while he says it.
I'm gonna step down into the main hall though
Give
and
me,
check out the books.
Give me a perception check.
Half a minute. Yes. Didn't name again. Oh man.
All right, so
Ooh, nice. All right, you spend about 20 minutes poking around, but you you find out that most of the books are about the dark tapestry, but nothing beyond the basics. However, while searching around, you notice a loose leaf of paper, handwritten, tucked into one of the tomes. The following can legibly be read: transformation? Question mark. Mental cage? Question mark. Remote connection? Question mark. Investigate. How? Exclamation point.
Does
Huh.
it mean anything to you?
I'm assuming he's asking Ord that. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah,
Did you come
was
with me
Emil
to
the only
look
one
at
in
the books?
in the library, or did the rest of you guys come with him? Okay.
I'd probably go.
Yep,
Where's
this
the
one.
library? Is that this room up here?
Yeah.
And Corran probably followed just because he's worried they're gonna break something.
Yeah. What did he just read to me? I was not paying attention because I didn't think it was okay.
Transformation? Question mark. Mental cage? Question mark. Investigate. How?
Okay.
I put what you found on found in the chat.
Remote connection. There you go.
It could mean any number of things. It's probably magic. It's probably magical in nature.
Hmm.
Let's see. It appears to be someone's queries.
But what is he answering?
Do you know anything about this this dark tapestry business? It is beyond my field of study.
Yes, so that
Do I have to make a
we
knowledge
call
roll?
knowledge. We'll say religion.
Oh. Maybe
Good thing
do
I
know
am
about it.
trained in all 4 of the magic things. Did I take a feat for these? Skill feats.
Would this be a religion or occultism?
That is what I am quickly trying to look up.
Ooh, because I do have
My
something
thinking is that it's another plane, which is usually handed by religion.
Okay.
Okay, so rolling religion. Oh, there I am. And you know what? I still haven't gotten around to writing this down, so I'll just make the roll.
You know the basics. It's a term used to refer to the dark spaces between the stars, where it's said that alien monstrosities are lurk.
Dark matter?
Okay. It's yes. I don't know any more than most people who have heard of it. A void beyond the stars, where nameless and shapeless monstrosities that we cannot comprehend reside. Someone
And these
else
are the
would know.
sorts of-
Perhaps someone else would know more.
Admittedly, this is quite different from what I am accustomed to.
Indeed.
The cerebral talk that I'm involved in usually involves theology, but
Then I'm surprised you do not know more about it yourself.
is much of theology delved into the space in between the stars?
More than you would think. If you look into it, the deities have a surprising connection to the heavenly bodies and to extra-dimensional spaces.
Perhaps we'll have time for you to soliloquize on it later.
I am not official. Oh, I am not as learned as all that. As I said, perhaps one of the others would know something more.
Emil looks around the room at the others.
I know the working of other things a bit better.
Corran is not paying attention.
He's
Just
off by
dispelled it
himself in the
immediately.
coroner.
So are these
Those are doors.
windows up at the top, or those doors? Okay. I'll step over and just test the door to see if it opens.
The door creaks open, revealing
The one room we're not supposed to go to.
the recreation hall. The small dining area and breaks the small dining area and break room features a table and a few chairs. It looks like at one point it was the recreation hall for the employees of the manor. Though it does look it does look as though people have been here recently. There are quite a few yeah.
Scuffs in the dust.
This is what windows look like.
Okay.
Okay. They got light shining through. This place seems exceedingly disused. Just kind of wandering along.
I'm going to be browsing. I'm going to be browsing the books.
You see a bedroom. It is tidy and with a made bed and clothes folded on the dresser. As if it hasn't been unused in some time.
Well, that explains the question of where this. I suppose.
You see a few personal effects lie around the room.
I do some
Cool.
cursory snooping to see.
Give me
like,
a
if there's
DC 20.
anything.
I mean, give me a perception check. That's totally not a DC 20. What?
Roger.
I wonder what the difficulty is.
DC 20 it is. Hey!
When you're snooping around, you notice that the pillow is slightly off. Reaching underneath it, you find a journal.
Well, I am that kind of person.
The journal, you glance through it, and it mostly details duties on campus. You find some notes that are praising his smartest students, especially Lucy. However, when you flip to the back, the last few pages have been ripped out. The last entry is a single paragraph dated 6 weeks prior. And it says, "Who is Ramlock? Why do I hear his voice? I must learn what afflicts me, and fast. The gods save my poor students if I fail."
I'm gonna gently run my my dusty fingers over like those torn bits of page, and I'm going to step back out to where everybody else is, still with the journal, and I'm going to indicate to them what I found. It's like, I don't mean to alarm all of you, but as I said, I'm used to a slightly different form of business, and it looks to me like we might have stepped more into that line than I had previously thought. I'm going to indicate specifically that last page of the journal to them. Something may be amiss with our good doctor.
Is there I can roll to try to recognize the name Ramlock.
I'm guessing that would be a society check.
So probably not.
Probably not a society check,
Probably not a society check, or probably not something.
Something I know.
I
mean, hey, I can roll. I'll roll it anyway. But
if it is a society sort of a thing, then it might have sparked something in my mind. Because I am a
maybe I do know who this is.
Hey,
Sociopath?
Okay then.
I'm a society man.
Well cultured.
Yeah. No, I hobnob. That's literally one of my feats. Hobnob with the wealthy. 26. Has he ever heard of the Ramlock person?
Okay. So actually, I guess it would be a lore check. Sorry, I'm just looking through the book to quickly see some of this stuff. So with a 26, you are like the name Ramlock somewhat stands out to you. You know it's definitely not anyone who is like currently alive or famous. You're fairly certain, but you but the name
Can't
does
quite place it.
stand out to you. Yeah. Yes, that's actually a pretty good amount of knowledge, because it'd be. You think maybe you've read something that at some point referenced to it, but it was somebody who was alive thousands of years ago. But that's all you can remember.
It's yeah. It is the same name as someone who lived some 1,000 years ago. Perhaps perhaps it is the same. Perhaps it is the same person. We are in Ustalav after all.
Right.
I'm not sure what that means exactly.
This place was under the rule of a lich for like 1,000 years or more. It has a very distinct connection. It's basically Transylvania. Just
Yeah,
with
the year, by
confirmed
the way, just for
undead
those who care,
connections.
is 4711. Yeah, this all happens around the same place as where the Carrion Crow adventure path does.
Yay! Oh, yay! Adventure path detailing the return of said Lich King.
There was also Aaron. I don't know if you noticed, but there's also a closet here.
I did see the closet. I am a loot happy magnet. So I'm gonna go back and tuck the journal into its place. And then just ease
Cool.
that open. See if there are any skeletons inside.
Give me a perception check to snoop around. But the fun thing
Perception
you
check
notice
for
is that
skeletons. Got
initially
it.
this looks like an unremarkable storage room containing a few scattered empty trunks that look as though they have been untouched for years. However, you notice that there is no dust on the floor near a small rug in the northeast corner, and that the rug is placed unevenly, indicating it has been moved recently.
I'm at the... Busy. I'm at work. All right.
Okay.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
We'll be here.
Okay.
We'll be here.
Okay. Hi, cat.
Sorry about that. Someone was asking me scheduling questions.
Do you need me to repeat all that?
So I found trunks that initially looked
Right.
like
And then
they
you
were
noticed
not
that there was no dust on the floor near a small rug in the northeast corner. And that the rug is placed
going to go over
unevenly,
to that
indicating it has
spot.
been moved recently.
Sure.
You find a
I'm going
trap
to
door.
scoot it out of the way. Is the trapdoor also heavily padlocked freshly?
When you try and open it, it does seem to be locked.
Hmm. Do I see a
You could
locking
attempt a thievery
mechanism?
check if you want.
All right. Well,
Yeah, as
it
long as
will
you have
definitely
thieves. I think
be
you have
an
to have
attempt.
thieves' tools on you, though.
Okay, yeah, then I don't have the ability to even really try. So I will bend over. I'll look at this trapping door in the closet, which may or may not have skeletons down
Do a
there.
quick look at the skills.
The good old closet, the skeletons.
Yeah, everybody has a few.
Yeah, you have to have thieves'
I'll
tools
replace
to
the
even
rug.
attempt it.
Having noted it, step back out into the main room. This mana has many byways to it. Though it is getting a bit late, perhaps we should turn in.
That seems like a good idea.
That seems like a good idea.
Allow me to amend the fullness of my previous statement. Gentlemen, I will be turning in for the night. I will see you in the morning. I will go up to one of the rooms.
All right.
I
There
would
appear
also
to
go
be
up to one of.
3 on the map. Well.
All right. Do you guys want to do anything else, or?
Boop. There we go. I mean, as dangerous as this sounds in any D&D context, I'm not going to wear my armor to sleep, so...
Yeah, I mean,
Because
that's just silly.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. Do you guys want to do anything before nightfall?
As a...
I'm going to mostly occupy
Okay.
my time reading.
Guild Wars expansion.
And using my tentacles to retrieve books from the top shelf I want.
oh,
Because that's
Oh gosh, didn't
All right.
everyone notice those
So when nightfall
before?
happens, you're in the library. You're hanging out in your room. What are the other two? Where are the other two of you?
I'm going to go to sleep as well.
Okay.
I'm going to go to sleep as well.
I
right.
suppose Corran will do the same because he's just ready to wait for however long he needs to wait to bring the.
All right.
back.
Well, before you guys go to bed, about almost 10 minutes after nightfall strikes, you hear a slow rhythmic pounding on the manor's front door, which echoes throughout the house.
Okay.
Oh, this is before you
Enough
guys go to sleep.
wake us all up.
On our way to sleeping.
Oh, okay.
On our way to sleeping.
Well, I'm sure one of the servant girls will get it.
I'm gonna step out onto the balcony anyway.
I'll go. Might as well go take a look, see what's going on.
Okay. If none of you answer it, within a couple of minutes, the professor walks up, goes over, and answers the door. And quickly letting and is almost overwhelmed as some gasps begin.
Ghasts?
Try to claw their
Gasps?
way into the manor.
Guests.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Um.
Roll for initiative now?
Do we roll for initiative
Yes.
now?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
$15.
Let me add everyone to initiative.
It's a nice low roll to get this party started right.
No, I guess I don't have to write it out. I could just click.
Oh, I guess I don't have to write it out. I could just click the perception or initiative.
Okay, so if everyone wants to go ahead and set their initiative, once I get it. Unfortunately, I didn't get around to remaking those macros. Sorry. Your perception. It'd be
What
everyone's
is our
perception in this
initiative
case.
then? Okay. Okay. I didn't want.
Oh my.
So what happens when the professor dies on the first round? Is
Could
this why
be.
we needed to learn how to heal? Is this an escort mission?
Oh boy.
Or it's a mobile defense.
So you guys should be able to add your own initiative to your token
Oh,
if you left click on it.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right.
think I did that already.
I can see. Yeah, I can see you.
You
I was
can see me in
saying
the
for
initiative order?
Caleb and Garrett.
Alright,
I need you guys to finish off.
I
You
just wanted
did.
to make sure that I did it right.
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to
So
be in
am
my room or am I in
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be in my room or am I
You
in
were
the
in
main
your
hall
room.
still?
I was assuming that all of you had you were getting ready to turn in for the night.
Okay, cool. So we do hear
Okay, cool. So
You
we
hear
do hear
the
the like,
professor scream in
"Ah!"
terror. I will at least let that happen. 1 second. I need to see what his what's his perception. Oh, nice.
Right. Are we bothering with
No.
the point, whatever our initiative is, or no?
Cool. All right.
No.
So the professor goes
This
first,
makes sense.
and you hear him scream in terror.
Oh!
Ah! As he runs into the library and closes the door behind him.
Oh, nice.
It's then Ord's turn.
Oh,
Okay
nice.
then.
What
All
order?
right.
Holy Moses.
So many spells. Need to remember what they do. Okay. Okay. Quick. What sort of? Ugh. Excuse me. What sort of check is it to determine what kind of creatures these
Religion.
Religion.
are? Okay. Yeah, I'd like to try to figure
I
out.
like to.
these
I just imagine
guys.
he's sitting down on the couch there.
Specifically-
He hears this, and he hasn't even gotten up yet. He's literally just like turning his head backwards and looking in looking this way.
Yeah. These mindless things, are they controlled? Are they self-thinking? Are they weak to anything?
Right.
Just general information. I know nothing about these things.
No, but I want to look up the rules for this real quick, just so. Okay, so you've made a
They're friendly.
religion check to recall knowledge,
They're
which
friendly.
is an action. Cool. Oh, I guess technically it's supposed to be a secret religion check, but whatever. Okay.
Oh.
So these are definitely just your garden run-of-the-mill zombies. Yeah, you're certain.
Definitely,
They're
okay.
zombies. They're, you know.
Okay, then I am wait.
Yeah, I wish there were better rules for learning knowledge about the enemies that you guys face. I couldn't find like any direct rules on that when I was reading through stuff, but maybe that was me.
Okay. How does this take? 2. Okay. is the... Okay, so I could do that, or I could... Really, that sounds a bit more useful. Let me read what that does. HG. Right. Okay then. I am very sorry. I did not expect this to come up, and I'm just.
Yes, well, I expect you guys to take more time exploring, but, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay then. Yes, he is going to cast invisibility upon himself.
Okay, you want to read me out the text for invisibility then?
Yes. Okay. Range, touch, targets one creature, material, somatic. Minute or until dismissed. The target becomes invisible. This makes it unseen to all creatures, though they can attempt to find the target, making it sensed by them instead. If the target acts in a hostile manner, the spell is dismissed after that hostile action, reaction, free action, or activity is completed.
Cool. So you get to become hit. What do you become?
I get to... Whoops. I scrolled past it. I get to become...
Aha! Boom.
Unseen.
You are unseen. Alright. It is then Nick's turn.
I guess I hear them and
Okay.
leave my room. So I step 5,
Ideally,
10,
there's
15.
something else I should
Nope.
do, but...
5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. No!
Alright.
15.
Yes.
So I
You
walk
see
out
the
of my
door is
room.
opened, and you see a collection of undead creatures pouring into the manor.
I'm going to attempt to use. How?
Uh,
I'm really
you are
far
10
away,
feet
right?
up, and 90 feet away. So you are 100 feet away from the nearest one.
Okay.
I'm going to raise my shield.
I'm going to raise my shield.
And I'm going to shout.
Start.
And I'm going to shout, "There are things here!"
Alright. The things seem...
They're fast devils.
He takes his entire turn running up the stairs towards you. They seem to lock on to you guys. That's not what I wanted to do.
They have excellent targeting.
Very, very good.
Very, very good.
Oh yeah, I guess actually these would be difficult terrain going up the stairs. So let me put them to there. They only get there. Uh, 70, so we still have 20. Cool. So he gets to there. And then it's Corran's turn.
All right. So I'm gonna hearing the screaming and shouting from the other. I'm gonna pick up my shield. I guess just walk out to there.
Okay.
Because that would be 3 actions.
All right.
Shout something about riffraff disturbing his peaceful night's rest.
Cool. It's then Emil's turn.
Okay. There are a collection of undead down there who are all bundled up in a way that I didn't think was going to happen over the course of the entire night, but happened immediately.
Well, fortunately for you
so
guys, the one
I
guy who was
think
downstairs is just like, nope. Zoop.
I'm invisible. He just pieced out. But these things are very clearly not alive, but ambulatory, and I think that is just an abomination. Just generally speaking. So I think that
We'll have a chat.
I'm going to utter a prayer of divine wrath, which is a pretty powerful prayer, but it's just one of those things that I think this guy's going to do. The only thing about divine wrath that I have an issue with as a spell is that while it is a saving throw based spell, it does not designate what kind of saving throw you're supposed to make. So I'm going to say will, because that makes
Wait.
the most sense. No,
What-
it's a
what page
so
is it on,
the
just
spell
real quick?
reads as follows: choose an alignment your deity has. 217. Choose an alignment your deity has. Chaotic, evil, good, or lawful. I'm going to go with good. You can't cast this spell if you don't have a deity or if your deity is true neutral. You deal 48 damage of that alignment. Creatures that match the alignment are unaffected. Those that neither match nor oppose it treat the result as 1 degree better. And then it just
Right,
gives the success and failure
1 second.
conditions.
Yeah.
It's a 20-foot burst, though, within 120 feet. Somatic verbal. Evocation.
Fuck. 1 second. I'm looking
So,
it up because it looks like it looks like they
it's-
added a note to it in the thing. So I'm just gonna quickly see about that.
The errata.
It's supposed to be a fortitude save. They fixed that.
Okay. Then they all get
Cool. What are they
fortitude
trying to get?
saves. They need to beat my DC.
And I'm assuming you're hitting these 3 guys.
22.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that number again?
22.
Oops. Oh yeah. I fix this. Quote unquote. The fort is. Okay. Alright. Well, Gast 5 fails his.
Mm-hmm.
Gast 2, I think, succeeds on his.
Correcto.
And Gast 4, I think, crit fails his.
Yeah. So, on a success, the creature takes half damage. On a failure, the creature takes full damage and is sick 1. On a critical failure, they take full damage, are sick 2.
Alright, let's do
and
this in order.
slowed
So
as
we just
long
have
as they are
one
sick
success. He
1.
did not crit success, though. He just succeeded. So roll me roll me your damage dice.
16.
Okay.
So he takes half, so he takes 8 good damage.
Sure.
Alright, I'm just gonna double check and make sure that he doesn't have any. Okay. Nope. Alright. Then the good damage does not seem to do anything extra besides the fact that maybe his alignment would affect that. All right, cool. So then we'll deal with the.
Yeah.
So we have the first failure.
The failure is 16 damage,
Okay,
and
so he takes
is
15
sick one.
damage. Oh, sorry, 16. Nope,
Unless
nope.
he's
It was
resistance, in which
that was
case-
me mishearing you. All right.
I'm very upset. I had these spell.
Sick. Okay, and then I'm gonna put in his notes that he is currently sick 1. All right, and then the critical fail takes.
is full damage, sick 2, and he's slowed as long as he has
Sick.
the sick 1 condition.
State.
Totally
Alright, so he takes 24 damage. He takes 16 damage.
Yeah.
All right, and then he is sick 2. All right, and what does the sick condition do again? And it's the slowed condition. Those are my questions currently.
Yeah.
Right now, I will look up.
I'll
all
grab
these
sick if you want to
conditions.
grab slow.
Okay.
So the sick condition. You feel ill. Sick always includes a value. You take a conditional penalty equal to its value on all your checks. You can spend an action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect that made you sick. On a success, you reduce your sickness value by 1 or by 2 on a critical success.
Okay. So slowed, you can spend fewer actions. Slowed always includes a value. When you regain your actions at the start of your turn, reduce that number of actions by your slowed value. You can't ready an action when you're slowed. If you become slowed during your turn, you don't lose any actions until the
Slowed
start
is
of your next turn.
nasty.
That hurts. That hurts. All right. And then I still have an action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn and walk back into my room to grab my sheet.
Yeah. Still a pretty good turn. You're like,
Yeah.
I say a prayer of divine
just
wrath,
like-
and I'm like, hold
you're like,
on just a
Pharasma,
second.
get
I
him.
gotta go.
just gonna grab this real quick.
And then I'm gonna walk back in, and I'm just kind of like, I was starting to uncinch my breastplate, so I'm just gonna be like fiddling with the buckle as I walk back into my room, just trying to redo the one that I got undone.
Sounds good.
Right
That
at
is
the
then
beginning.
Orde's turn.
Okay. He is now going to cast Fly on himself. And fly up and away over this way.
Is invisibility
Can you-
concentration, or does it just
I don't know, actually. That's a good
maintain?
point. I don't care. It served its purpose.
Well, I think in this version, it's not like 5th edition where you can only have a single concentration spell. You just have to spend the actions to concentrate
Yes.
on all of your concentration spells.
That is correct. Concentration is an action.
Yeah.
Guys, I really like this system.
I am not seeing concentration as a keyword
Cool. So, yeah, you're just
anywhere in the
invisible. That's
description.
cool.
That seems like a lot.
That seems
Okay.
like a
Cool.
lot.
How does it? Can
I
you
am
just
now
read fly to
invisibly
me real
flying.
quick?
So I gain a fly
Sweet.
speed of 30.
Just have to look at the.
Yeah, that one's not concentration either. My goodness. I just imagine him like levitating while still in a sitting
All right.
pose.
How many
with his
actions
leg crossed, reading the book.
is the fly spell? Okay.
So then I fly up 15 feet. Fly flying upward is difficult.
Cool.
Is treated as difficult terrain.
And what
That's the
what
fly
what are the
movement,
actions
rules.
for fly? Okay, so you guys can't see
Verbal.
anything. You just hear it out.
Recadin.
Levioso. Cool. It's the Nick's turn.
I'm okay. So, where am I in regards to
Cool,
all of
so
those
you are
things that just
here.
made their way upstairs?
And
Oh, cool.
well, I mean,
I'll
you're on
move
the
myself
balcony
there.
here, which is effectively that space.
Okay.
Far above me is the balcony.
I believe 10 feet up. They said the floor was from the next floor.
That's what you had said.
So having traveled diagonal for the first 10, that would be hang on.
So how would I check the size of
Having
a
traveled
50
okay, so
diagonally
if
for
you
the
go
first one,
if you go to the drawing tool,
I found it.
please,
no, the template tool. If you go to the template tool, there's then the draw a cone template.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you click on the area where you want to start from your character,
Oops.
just
I
Control Z.
accidentally did it. How do I delete it?
But a 50-foot cone
Oh,
would look like
Control Z. Control Z.
that.
Control Z.
Ah, okay.
Control Z. Control Z.
Yeah, the template tool can sometimes be weird. You have to like draw twice to
So-
get it.
So
But that is what a-
basically,
that
I
is
have
what a
flown,
50-foot cone would look
to
like.
a point where I am over.
I
Okay.
needed a 60, but
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm over the banister.
Oh, like that? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
There you go.
So okay.
Perfect. So if I did it.
Perfect. So if I did it, can I use the thingy that lets me do the cone? I know what it's called. I'm gonna find how it actually reads so that I do it correctly.
You're casting heal without
Yeah.
instead of being a 30-foot aura like a radius burst around you, it's going to be a 60-foot
Oh,
cone.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Channel.
Battle clerics.
Conical channel. You can make energy you channel flash out from you in a
Just
single
to
direction.
clarify,
reaching
I have
farther.
flown up far enough that I have cleared the banister if I were to
Yeah,
fly
that's fine.
straight over there, right? I don't need to go up any
Sorry.
further. Okay.
So I will use one use of my channel energy to cast a fourth level. A fourth level.
Okay.
Heal. Which I believe at fourth level, if I'm doing the AoE, it is 3d8 plus my wisdom modifier.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's 3d18. Whoops.
the amount of healing increases by 1d8, 2d8 if you're using the 1-action or 2-action version of the healing. So you're doing the 3-action version. Okay. So then,
Mhm.
and then you said you were hiding it. How much?
It heightens to the max level I can cast.
It heightens
Okay,
to the max
so
level I
then-
can cast,
yeah,
so it's
then that
fourth
would
level.
be.
I rolled abysmally low.
Oh,
I rolled abysmally low, so
wow! You almost rolled minimum there.
I rolled 2 1s and a 2.
Yep.
All right, so then
I rolled 2 1s and a 2.
This has the same effect as the 2 version action, but it targets all living and undead creatures in the burst and reduces the amount of healing or. No. Okay. Yes. Yep. That is all correct. Okay. So yeah, 8 damage to each of them, but they don't get a save.
Yep.
Wait.
Each
As the 2-action faction. Oh no
You
no.
just each take
Must
8.
attempt a Fortitude saving throw. So they all get.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I had that marked in here
Okay,
so I
so
could
Gas
find it, and
5
the
got a
thing fell
10,
out. So my apologies.
which I think is a critical failure.
My DC is 22. So yeah.
So
My
he
DC
takes
is
16
22.
damage.
So yes.
Gast 2. Oop. Then attempts the roll. He got an 11, which is also a critical failure.
Guys, I do so much damage.
Nice.
Yeah,
Guys, I do so
Oh
much
wait, so that was
damage.
actually a 9. I'm sorry, because he is sickened 1, so he actually got a 9. Gast 2 still got an 11. Gast 4 is sickened 2, so he only gets a 3 to this roll. But he gets a 17, which means he failed though. So he still takes the so he still takes 8 damage. Gast 11 is going to get to do all of his stuff at full. He takes the 8 damage. And then finally Gast 3 succeeds. So he takes half damage, which is only 4 damage.
Man, I did so much damage, guys.
Mm-hmm. Man, I did so much damage, guys.
You still did a bunch of damage.
I did, because they crit failed.
I did, because they crit failed.
Alright, Gast
was
2 then
perfect.
gets to go. And he's going rah rah. Alright, because that's 20 feet. That's 30 feet. They have him in completely
Fast
normal
little guys,
speed,
aren't they?
so. Alright, so that's as far as he gets, because he's charging up the stairs, so charging upstairs is difficult terrain. Gast 1 gets to... Oh, yeah, Gast 1 gets to go. 15.
I thought normal speed was 25.
Depends on how short you are.
Depends on how short you are.
I'm very short.
Quite short.
But yeah, the average
Oh, okay,
speed,
so they are
average
slightly
human
faster
speed
than
is
normal.
25.
Alright, so Gast 5 is going to spend his first action trying to get rid of some of this sickness. So what's your DC again?
Just retch all over.
Okay.
It's only 22.
He succeeds. Wow, they have to get 18 though to get rid of that.
Does... yeah.
And then he's going to. Yeah, he's gonna move up to there, and then this guy, he's gonna spend his action trying to get rid of this. He does not succeed, and so he's just gonna spend his second action walking up towards you guys. It is then Corran's turn. So you would effectively be there, if that helps.
Kind of.
Oh wait, no, you'd be there.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and move your token to the main field if you want to.
Look at that move speed, guys. So
Okay.
Corran will move up to there. And that's 2 move actions because he's wearing plate. And then he's going to make sure I got these numbers right, and then Did I ever say I drew my sword?
It's a hand and a half sword. Can you even like sheathe it?
Yeah.
Nah, hand and a half is perfectly
You said
fine.
no. You said you pulled out your shield and you moved to the balcony.
Yeah, okay, so that'll be 3 for
Okay,
moving over there.
cool.
While I'm moving, I'll pull my
Oh, oops. Sorry. Gas 4 wasn't supposed to go. It was Gas 1. Gas 2. Gas. Oh. Oh. Oh no. You actually may not have had to do that. Because Guest 1 got to move all the way up to here.
Aesthesia.
Because if you were here, he would have moved up to here. His second action would have been to move all the way over here. Sorry, because I just got the numbers of which ones were which wrong. And then he would have tried to bite you.
Ow.
18 versus your AC. Okay. Then it was your turn.
His teeth
No.
break against my shining armor.
Look at you go.
Oh, he broke his teeth. Look at you go.
Alright. Just give me 1 second.
Move.
Oh wait, no, I think it's fine. Alright.
Don't move.
Oh, no, it's not fine. That should be that thing. That's correct. Okay. Alright, so then I will pull out my sword standing next to him.
Good. Good. Good.
And then at his ugly face. It should hopefully work when I hit this button.
No, he barely dodges out of.
Probably.
Oh no, you hit him, but he doesn't manage to get through
I
his.
rolled it. Well,
Ah,
I did roll a 2.
yep.
Wait. Yes.
No.
No.
Yeah, you rolled a 2.
Yes. No, you're right. Alright. Okay. Sorry, I'm just... Okay. So that's 2. I guess I'll
Okay.
raise my
Oh,
shield to
that
3.
yeah, that so.
So I need to hit this button.
It's
which
an
is somewhere. Where's
one
the
cost
raise
actions.
shield button? There we go.
Cool. Oh,
I hit it.
Garrett, don't forget to hit your lower. You forgot to hit your shield lower button.
Start turn. Start of turn. Oh.
Okay. So then that gas god. So then gas number 3. Okay. So. Wait, can you do react? I'm sorry. Can you do reactions on your turn?
No. Well, if the reaction is triggered
It is
by
okay.
one of
It would have
your
been triggered
actions.
by something that happened. Yes. Okay. So. I'm just gonna say that. Okay. So this guy moves up and would move over. So Ben, when this guy got close to you, you could. It was just pure death that was coming off of him. The smell of the rotting corpse and other things was extremely strong. Give me a fortitude save.
Okay. Oh, I never put in my fort thing. Is
It's
it
the
bonus
DC.
or
So it's the actual DC, and then the fort button will calculate the 10 out.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it did either.
I
I
don't
think
think it
you're right.
calculated the
Oh, I
10
think I think I fixed it on something else and didn't get around to fixing you guys'. I'm sorry. I mean,
I'm
the
cool
30
with
is still
I'm cool
fine.
with the 40 though.
You're fine. you are able to withstand it. All right, and then does that affect the next one? Let me check. What does bolstered mean again? Does anyone?
It means that you. It means that you can't target the same
Okay.
it won't work twice against the same target. But I don't know that that counts if more than one thing is
Let
doing
me
it.
see if I can find the rule.
Like if I cast a spell on a zombie and it becomes bolstered to that effect, that means I can't cast the spell again. But I don't know
Right,
that
that's
means
what
that
I'm-
someone else can't cast the
That's
spell.
what I'm thinking.
On that zombie.
Let me look up.
Yeah.
Bolstered 319. Okay, some spells and abilities can affect a creature more than once a day. If an effect says a creature becomes bolsters, repeat applications of the effect don't do anything to the creature. For example, the blindness cells, the target bolstered against all castings of blindness. Castings of blindness on creatures, again, would have no effect. Unless otherwise stated, a creature remains bolstered for 21 hours. Against only the specific ability used by that specific creature, blindness has an exception, bolstering the target against the spell no matter who cast it. Being bolstered doesn't prevent ongoing effects of the source of your condition. For instance, if an ability would make you frightened and bolstering you against it, you don't cease to be frightened due to becoming bolstered. You just can't become frightened again. All right, so then this guy runs back up the steps, so give me another fortitude save.
Is there a critical
Not for
success
this, no.
in this
Otherwise,
thing?
you would have had it.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah. Plus, as a paladin, if I succeed on a fort save it, and I'm
Oh,
wearing
okay,
heavy
cool.
armor, it's
Yeah,
crit.
there's nope. There's just success and failure and critical failure.
Okay. So, not adding the 10 this time.
All right, you are also still fine. And this guy is gonna move here and. Oh no! He's gonna stay here. Ha ha! And then he is going to leap. Boom! On the other side of you.
Okay.
And then he's gonna attack. And then he's gonna try and bite you.
Okay.
Against your flat-footed, so that's a 25. That still fails though, because you have your shield up, doesn't it? Okay.
Yeah, my AC's 28 right now with my shield up.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Well, he tried to be cool. All right, Emil, it's your turn.
It looks so cool.
It looked so cool.
Okay, so I am going to pick up my shield. I'm going to raise my shield, and then I want to make sure I've been paging through to try and find it. I am capable of readying a spell, yes, as long as I have
I
all the
believe
actions
so.
taken to
Let me
cast it.
just-
Okay, so I'm going to prepare then a touch version of a level 1 heal. With a specific trigger of if a ghast comes within range of my tiny little
Okay.
mitt.
Ready. You prepare an action that will occur outside your turn. Choose a
that's my turn.
single action that you can use and designate a trigger. Your turn then ends. If the trigger you choose occurs before the start of your next turn, you can use the chosen action as a reaction, provided you still meet the requirements to use it. Yeah, so I'm going to assume yes.
Okay, because the melee range one only
Okay.
It costs
so yeah,
a
I'll
single
say yes.
action,
I don't know if
so-
that's 100% how it's supposed to work, but it's then Orde's turn again.
Orde.
Caleb. No.
He's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Caleb.
As far as range is concerned, going 5 feet down diagonally.
If you do it more than once.
right?
So for the first 5 feet of movement, it would not happen.
Okay, then. He's just going to spend a fly action to stay in place, and he's going to cast haste, which I did in fact write down, I think, as yes, that is one of my heightened spells.
Buffing before the raid.
So that I do that at the beginning of the day. I had to pick two to heighten due to
No,
a...
I mean you're currently invisible and flying,
Yeah.
and now you're casting haste.
Well, see, the reason I'm doing that is because since it's heightened, it goes to
Oh,
Nick and
all right. Well,
Corran
read
as
me
well.
out what haste does then.
Oh.
So is it like
I-
single? Is it targeted on more people, or is it an aura?
It's targeted on more people, unfortunately. Sorry.
No, I mean that's still cool. Like I just wanted to have an idea of how that
Okay.
works.
The target acts faster. It gains the quick condition, so it gains 1 extra action per turn, and can use the extra action each round only for the strike and stride actions.
Cool.
Of 30 feet.
Pretty radical.
Targets 1 creature unless it's heightened, at which point I can target up to 5 creatures.
Wow, cool.
1 minute. Lasts 1 minute.
Cool.
North.
All right. How many actions does it take to do that?
Since I cast, and the other action is
Cool.
to fly to stay.
So
in
it
place.
takes 3 action to cast it. Then you get an extra action. Then you're gonna spend that action to just.
No,
Oh.
it takes.
So then
2
what do you wanna do
actions
with your
to
third
cast
action?
haste.
Nice. He's using it
Was
to
my third-
Oh, okay,
concentrate
so-
on fly.
Yeah,
Fourth action. Doesn't
stride,
he
and I can't strike, so I kind of.
You can't. It's not striking
okay.
or flying
point was
or.
to get it
riding.
Nick, it's your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because fly is an
Um,
action that I can't
so-
just move and claim it
Okay.
as a 4th one. I have to actually be striding.
Ah. I'm going to turn this off.
At least that's how I
Actually-
interpret it.
Sounds
fly
right.
is its own action.
I'm gonna use
I'm gonna
first
use
to hit.
my first 3 actions to hit
I don't know how to.
these 3.
Spacebar.
I don't know how to.
If you hold down spacebar, it gives you a pointer.
Another casting of the
Ah,
same
I'm gonna hit these
Cool.
3 with another casting of the same spell.
I will attempt
So they need to do fort saves again, and I will attempt to hit higher than 1,
Sounds like a
and
plan.
2.
There's something wrong here. How is that physically possible?
There's something wrong here. How is that physically possible?
Press the up arrow and hit enter again.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
I'm gonna stride 15 feet this direction, and that's my turn.
And I'm going to stride 15 feet this direction, and that's my turn. I'm so
okay, well,
angry.
I have to figure out how much damage these guys actually
What?
take. Give me a second.
Okay, I'll wait. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
wait.
Well, this
I'm
guy crit
sorry.
fails, so he takes 16 damage.
I'm killing him. I'm wrecking him.
I'm killing him.
Uh,
Wrecking him.
1 second. I gotta double check something.
What, you don't want to use non-lethal damage?
Okay, so the first
Second
one, who was the
question,
closest to
now
coming
that
up
I've
the
put
stairs,
that
just
out of the world.
falls down into it. Like you just go whoa, and he turns into ash.
Classic.
Classic.
Ash is good. Ash is great.
Okay, so what's your DC again? 21.
22.
Okay, so with a 24, he
22.
succeeds, so he only takes 4 damage. All right, and then the final one, he only gets a 3 to this roll instead of his normal 5. And he crit failed as well. No, he's not,
He's not
and he
having
takes
a good
16
time.
damage.
Guys, I am wrecking them.
Guys, I am wrecking them.
Good
Okay, so
job.
Gast 1 gets to go. So it's the start of his turn, so he's going to reset his multiple attack penalties. He's going to try and bite the paladin who he's surrounding, because that actually seems to make sense. No.
Wait.
Critical miss.
Oops, I clicked on the wrong one.
Right then.
Still, he still would have missed, but
A 0?
1
yeah,
plus
I
9
clicked on the
plus
wrong guy
minus
to reset
10?
the wrong guy's multiple attack penalty. All right, so he's actually he got a 10 there.
Okay.
All right, I've manually fixed it. All right, he's then going to agile strike you with his claws. Ha
Oh.
That's a crit hit.
Someone actually hit?
Yeah.
Did someone actually hit?
But still less than my AC though.
He's still. It's an
okay, so
automatic
wait,
hit. Crits are
This is the first
automatic.
time this has happened. Is it a actual full critical hit, or is 20s are still automatically full crits, right? Not okay.
Yeah.
Even if they don't meet their number target.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, I am.
I'm a pretty color of positive.
know.
20 is a hit. Critical.
Roll a natural 20, or if the result of your attack exceeds the target's AC by 10.
Means you critically succeed. Page 229.
$20, $293.
Oh, two.
Critical hit. Multiply everything.
Oh, that just yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a straight up crit.
Unless you're a rogue, in which case you bite the bitter end of the deal.
Rogues don't crit on natural 20s?
Rogues don't crit on natural 20s?
No, I just think that they're extra dice
Oh.
are the stuff that's not added.
Yep. Okay, so on a 20, it's just okay. So take 22 points of slashing damage. All right, and then
Somebody heal that man! If
Yikes.
only we had a healer in the party.
Alas, we don't.
all right.
But alas, we don't.
Just a bunch of holy cannons. I'm sorry, this energy is specifically reserved for destroying the undead?
Okay, so give me then 2 fortitude saves, Ben.
Okay, hold on.
Just
Okay, so I've been sitting on this pretty much since the first turn,
Ooh,
but
Good. All right, you feel no ill effects.
Yeah.
And then he tries to strike you again with his other claws because it went so well for him. This did not go as well for him.
but he rolled almost as well.
That would have helped a lot. And then it's Gast 5's turn. No one. Okay, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I assume he can see you from there when he's like here.
That's 4
Cool.
steps in.
He's
so
gonna-
yeah,
he's gonna-
directly.
Okay, so when he gets here, all right, he's gonna move towards you, which then triggers his stench action.
Uh-huh.
So you have to give me a fortitude save.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh god. Value for fort.
Yeah.
I
Just whatever
clicked
your
on my
save
gun.
is.
Oh, I didn't fix
I
the
clicked
macros
it.
yet. I'm
The
sorry,
value,
guys.
though.
No.
No, it's fine. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Not the
What-
DC, the actual value.
11.
All right, you were able to withstand the stench.
Nice.
Cool. Then he's gonna move here, which I
The stench
Yes.
image. Oh, that triggers my attack.
Your trap
Okay.
card?
You have activated my trap card.
Just like see the guy. He comes out and he like smites them, and then he runs back in to grab his shield, and then we see a Gaster in the room. There's the flash of just like dust flies out.
Well,
Okay, so I have to make a
Okay.
melee touch attack. I think. You don't use the spell roll for that, I don't think. I think you just use your melee, so it's 7.
let me check
'Cause it's
because
just my
I
level,
forget how you
'cause I don't
calculate your.
have any
How do you
strength.
collect? How do you find out your proficiency for that?
Against his
Then?
touch AC. Well, I'm. You're always proficient in
Right.
being able to touch people. So
Okay.
it would just be my level, I think, plus my strength bonus, but I don't have one.
okay,
So I think it's just
I
level.
think it's the better version of that actually, but maybe that's because they're just going against touch. Is the way that balances out.
Yeah, because I have a spell roll, but I don't know when that comes into play, if ever. Because they specifically said, at least in the thing that I was watching, their like dev stream thing, they're like, nope, you absolutely are still using your strength for melee and your dex for ranged. So I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Spell attacks.
It's not like 5th edition where all of your spells are your spell modifier.
1 second.
It's not the same.
Spells require you to succeed on attack roll to affect the targets. Usually, it requires you to touch your target, precise aim, array, or otherwise make an attack. Any attack you make is part of the spell's somatic casting action. Usually requires a melee touch attack or a ranged touch attack. In both cases, you make it against their attack. Your proficiency modifier for a spell's attack roll is the same as your proficiency modifier with spell rolls. Spell attacks are unarmed, but they don't apply any special benefits from weapons or unarmed attacks, nor do they deal any damage outside of what is listed in the spell. Melee touch attacks have the finesse trait. On a successful attack, your spell affects the target, and on a failure, it is lost unless otherwise noted. Spells. Okay, so it sounds like you get your whatever your spell proficiency is, and your dex.
Yep. My dex. Okay. So I do have a decent dex. So
All right, and then
I'll throw that in there. Faux show. But that's
which is enough.
still only a 17.
Yep.
Against his touch AC. Okay. All right. Cool. And I said this is a level 1 version of heal, so it should just be a D8 plus
Cool.
my modifier.
And he has to make a fort save against you.
So 1d8 plus.
I was really hoping it was going to be a 13 just to screw
so
with Garrett.
8 points of damage.
22 against your class DC is, I believe, a success.
Me?
Okay.
Yep. That is
so then
my
he
class
only
DC.
takes 8 points of damage because he succeeds, so he takes 4. He takes 4 points of damage, which is
Wait, why is he
doesn't he get a
saving
saving throw
me?
against it? Or not the level 1? He doesn't get against the level 1 version?
No,
okay.
No, the level 1's just a target.
Oh,
the saving
okay.
throw
I'm
1
sorry.
is the max version.
It didn't matter because 4 was enough to kill him anyway. So he comes at you. You just feel this stench, and you're just like you were like, I was prepared for this, and you reach out and you touch him, and poof, he turns to dust.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So any of the ranged variants proc a saving. No, the ranged variant procs a saving throw, and then the aura It has the same effect as the 2-action version, but it targets all living and undead creatures. The amount of healing or damage your spell can. Yeah, so the anything with range does
Okay.
proc the fort save. But
Well, yeah, because it's a touch attack, so you roll to hit, and then if
Yeah.
it's ranged, they just roll to save. You don't have to roll.
right.
Cool. It is then Corran's turn.
Righto.
Do you click your start of turn button?
Start of turn with shield raised.
Okay.
Ding.
The best part too is that Pharasma's holy sign that you make with your hand is essentially the finger gun.
So he just walks in the room and you're just like,
Wow.
bam.
Bam! Go ahead, make my boom. Oh,
Oh, you're dead. He's dead, Jim.
What's that? Was that 6 slots or only 5?
All right, Corran, it's your turn.
All right. Well, he's feeling pretty invigorated now, so he's just gonna brandish his hand and a half sword and then
Cool.
just start whacking at people with it. So started.
Okay,
we're
sounds
gonna,
good,
We're
sounds
gonna
good.
hit gas 3 first, I think. So that's
That hits. It was almost a crit, but not quite.
Yeah.
all right.
Yes.
Are these guys undead? All right, cool. So then the disrupting property of my weapon
Okay.
Right.
kicks in, which is an extra D6 against undead.
All right, so that's where you would put in the damage effects, 1d6 versus undead.
Oh. Ooh, I want to do that now. Hold on. Right. Damage effects.
Oh,
Wait, but then how do I?
Uh,
So, all right.
just put the extra d6 in there and we'll remember it for now until I figure that out. All right, so he takes a total of 10 damage then.
Hold on. I want to.
Right, because you can't have the you can't have the parentheses quote and a roll in the same one
Hold on.
because it messes with the. Okay.
Well, we're gonna try something.
I mean,
here
you
real
can
quick.
you can actually go in and mess with the actual code to make it better, but
Yeah, so I'm gonna then. All right, hits that guy. Then we're gonna swing at Gast 1 now.
right,
Gonna-
yeah,
gonna
got
go,
it.
back and forth a little bit.
Yay!
Hey, that
26
actually worked.
does hit him still. For 16 damage.
All right, cool. Yep. Although I need to get a space in there somehow. Edit. Oh, there we go. Just need to add a space right there. So what I did was I put parenthesis 1d6 parenthesis, and then I did plus, and then I
Okay,
did double
I'll take a
quote
look at it.
versus undead double quote. So then it rolls the 1d6 and
Yeah,
then it concatenates the 2 strings.
I actually understood that.
So nice. So then I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to 3. I'm gonna swing to 3 again.
Is anyone else just imagining him do it? Are you going to shout out Demacia while you're doing this?
Oh my gosh.
Part of me like is envisioning this effortless just swing with the bastard sword, which like the backswing from the first blow just hits the guy behind him, and then he just keeps sweeping, and it's like in the kind of way that you'd be like it's disgustingly all planned, and he knows it.
Unfortunately, the 11 does miss.
Oh darn. And then I'm
Okay.
I'll end my turn with my shield raised because
Okay,
that's 4.
guest 4.
Yep.
He's still trying to get rid of this sickness.
Everybody else is like off doing stuff, and he's still just like gasping on the stairs.
Just retching all over the place.
All right.
When
First,
I finally get
this
up there.
guy. You know what? Okay, so he's gonna try and bite you first. Corran, which doesn't go, and he's like, you know what? This is dumb. Oh wait, no. He's going to go. You know what? This is dumb. And leap across the hall with his claws raised and try and hit Nick in the face.
Okay. That's me.
Okay.
I'm face.
That's me. I'm Nick in the face.
Nick, be nimble.
Nick, be nimble, Nick, be quick.
And then it's Emil's turn. Oh, wait. So he
Alright,
jumped,
I'm
so then
gonna
that
walk
triggered,
out
so then
onto
Nick
the
has to make a
balcony.
saving throw against his stench.
Oh, good.
The stench.
Oh, good.
I believe that's more than enough. Gonna double check, though. Yeah, you're fine.
Savage.
Then it is Emil's turn.
I love it.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk out onto the balcony. Which I take it we are now representing as like, this
Yeah,
space.
wherever,
Jacob.
so I guess you would have, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, and then
Because
I've
I'm not
got
close enough to be put on the proper map.
a 30-foot prayer of doom, I suppose. No, it's a healing prayer that'll cost me 2 actions. And I'll aim at the poor guy that I've got sick on the banister. What was that? That sounded like friggin' Yoda. All right, so I'll cast at him with the 2 action version, which
Okay.
means he does get a fortitude. Yeah, it has a range of 30 feet, does not require a touch attack when targeting an undead creature. An undead target must attempt a fortitude save, taking half damage on a success, no damage on a critical success, or double on a critical fail.
Oof.
Woof indeed. And this will also be a level 1. So that is a critical failure
Yep.
against 22. Which means that he gets to take 24 points. of damage.
Yeah, he again is turned into dust.
Because I brought it in from downtown.
He's like,
boom.
He
The
just
light
kinda,
of
like, looks up
Pharasma
at
be
you,
with you.
and it's just like, oh, it's turned to more dust.
Yeah. Back to
that's
where
your full
you
turn?
belong now.
Cool. It's then
That's it.
Orde's turn.
Okay. Is there any further up I can fly? Like, is there still space above me?
Well, so I guess from floor to ceiling is a total of 20 feet.
Okay. Going to fly 5 feet up and back this way for 1 action. And then I'm going to no longer have invisibility on me because I'm casting Magic Missile at Ghast 3.
Definitely just heard have invisibility. And
So
was like, wow.
I just realized
Oh.
then that basically last time you saw Orde, he was in the hall. He turned invisible. You all ran out, and then all of a sudden you're just like, wait, I feel faster now.
Yep.
I would also like to point out that the darkness just cast magic.
All right, who are you casting magic missile at?
Okay. At
All right.
Ghast number 3.
Because it says in the spell description for invisibility that the invisibility ends after
Yes.
the attack. So the magic missile shoots out and then he becomes
Yep.
visible.
Cool. Can you read me the text for magic missile?
You send a dart of force streaking toward a creature that you can see. It automatically hits and deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage. When casting this spell, you can increase the casting by a material casting action, a somatic casting action, or both. I am doing the latter, as I cannot use another action this turn. For each component I add, increase the number of missiles I shoot by 1. If this was one of the ones I had heightened, then I would add 1 more for each action I'm taking, but yeah, I thought I had done that, but I had actually heightened Bind Undead instead.
Yeah. Just as a thing, I think you can do it as 3 because
bit unfortunate.
stride just reaves to move up to your speed. Yep.
And fly gives you a fly speed.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, but if I hold on, I don't want control find. I want page 3, so I can go down to page 308. Specialty basic actions.
Oh, okay.
Fly. Yeah, it is
okay.
a completely separate action.
All right, so you just get 2d4 plus 1s? Okay.
So I'll just roll 2d4 plus 2. Once I click back onto the page. Okay.
Gast 3 is not looking good.
He just appears. He's still in a sitting position, looking at mostly looking at his book, just a hand outstretched.
Okay, anime guy. Nick, it's the start of your turn.
All right. I killed them all.
All right. I kill them all.
I'm going to use the same ability once again.
And try to aim it so I can hit my teammates.
I can only hit one of them.
You only need to hit
I
one
can
of
only
them.
hit one of
don't
them.
I
Oh.
mean, it depends.
No.
Has only one of them been hurt?
I mean, it
Yes.
depends. Has only one of them been hurt? Well, then yeah.
Actually, I can hit both of them. Oh, I can hit them
Do it
both.
from. Actually, I can
I'll
hit both
heal
of
you
them.
for what you didn't
Oh,
take.
I can hit them both. I'll heal you for what you
Let's try
didn't
this
take.
One more time.
Okay,
So let's
I
try
believe
this
in
one
you.
more time.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Yay.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
yay. It's 7 that
Uh,
time.
you have a DC of
What is
21, right?
happening?
22.
Oh, that's a crit fail then.
22.
Yeah.
Still.
All right, so Gast 3 is just dust in the wind.
Yeah.
All he is dust in the wind.
Yes.
He succeeds, so he takes 11 damage. And Corran heals for 11.
You go, Glen Coco.
All right.
You go, Glen
You want
Coco.
to do something with your 4th action?
Oh, yes. I will...
Oh, yes. I will move towards them 15 feet. Let me select the correct thing.
All right, it is
That's my
Gast
turn.
1's turn.
He is striding.
Just for fun. He's going to jump over here. Nick then needs to give me a fortitude saving throw.
Wait.
Oh, half his
I
speed.
thought, how did
Sorry.
he jump all the way over there?
Okay, then yes.
Is that rolling? Is it rolling for real?
Yep.
Is that rolling? Is it rolling for real?
1d20 plus 0.
Wow.
So it's not actually using my fort. And I rolled two
So it's
natural-
not
Yeah, that-
actually using my fort.
Yeah, that's
and
because
I rolled
I
2
used
natural
the wrong
20s
thing.
already.
Nice.
Oh.
I
That means
I
rolled
I messed it
two
up.
natural
Oh.
20s.
That means I have rolled 2 natural 20s
Great.
for
Good job.
fortitude
He's
saves.
going to leap over here, shift, and then try to bite you.
That will hit me.
Take 9 points of damage.
That will hit me.
And then give me 2 more fort saves.
Okay. So I will click the fort
Okay.
button. So this is plus.
So I will click the fort button. So this is
Which
plus
really sad that it's not 14.
13, which is really sad that it's not 14, but it's
Oh, I
whatever.
have to put it in. Okay, so that's
Oh, I have to put it in. Okay, so that's
13
20 or
17,
no, 13 plus
and
4,
I
17,
can do
and then I can
there
do
we go.
All right, you are fine.
enter. There we go.
All right, it is Corran's turn.
All right.
Don't get backed into
That
a
guy thought he could
corner.
get away.
Don't get backed into a corner.
Boy,
Don't
and
forget
here
to
come
don't
It's
forget
again.
to
It happened again. It's
click your
important.
start of turn. There you
All right, so let's see.
Uh,
One slash to the back.
go. Yep, that's crit.
Oh, it's a crit.
Okay.
All kinds of
Well, he
fun
takes
things are
18
about to
damage for
happen.
1 instead of the 9.
Ugh.
Because that's double
Wait, why does it take
damage.
18?
9.
Oh, I thought you just rolled an extra damage die or whatever.
It just doubles
no, it-
everything.
Oh no, it doesn't.
So to make it easy, I'm just making an 18.
Okay.
But or roll the
So
attack. You can
because,
roll your damage again if you want to and add it.
Oh, it's okay.
After 24 damage? No,
he's
no,
still
he will not
alive?
be.
Oh, well, because he'll be enfeebled and also I lost the thing. Whatever the
Okay.
critical success for swords is, like
on top of
flat-footed.
his state of being dead. So yeah, you just wander up and you're just like, foosh.
As my sword turns him to dust, I do a subtle hair flip and move my chin back to its elevated normal position. Assume a heroic pose. Just so everyone knows that I'm in charge, even though I'm not.
And heroic.
Okay. Once it becomes clear that combat
Yeah, it's over.
is over, if it is over, is it? Yeah, once that becomes clear, Orde is going to come back down to the ground, walk over to the
Sounds
front
good.
door, and
During that
close
time, the
it.
professor walks out.
He's here to help.
See, now this is
He's
what
here to
I
help.
As well
want
as
to.
his research students.
Oh, he has students. These guys.
Why does she have the
Because that was
statue
the
of
art I found.
Cthulhu?
I typed in research assistant
Oh.
into Pinterest, and these guys were the first 2 images that showed up. So I was like, sure. And this is a picture of a man and a woman.
Man and wife. Say
Man and wife. Say man and wife.
Well, now, looks like you have some very aberrant neighbors.
Actually, they're on.
Actually, they're undead.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
I can see
The
that.
professor takes a look at you.
Put the tentacles away.
And he states that that he has something to. He feels as though now he has something that he must confess.
Oh, now?
I feel
He
like
hangs his head in
now
shame,
might be a
and
good
he
time.
says, well, you see, I've been experiencing these periods of dissociation and blackouts, and it seems that I've been. Yeah, so he explains that to you. Sorry, it's just the way the book's going out is weird. Yep.
He's been having
and he
blackouts.
tells you that he has been locking himself in the basement to limit the harm his altered persona might otherwise cause. He has determined that a Night Herald's ritual is what has caused this affliction.
Has anyone else been in the basement lately?
He tells you no, he's been the only one.
Like Tigger.
So there's no
Like
one who can
Tigger.
ratify that there aren't strange rituals that you've been conducting down there anyway. In your altered persona?
He states, unfortunately, no, but he believes that he has at least discovered that the Night Heralds are what caused this. Especially, he suspects that a powerful cult leader is behind it. He
As much as I'd love to go hunting upon a night after a long day's journey, I feel like recent events revealed to me that it would be rather unwise to leave you unattended.
he agrees with you.
Are you frequently beset by such creatures?
Creatures, no, but I believe I have at least discovered that if we can find out exactly what sort of creature has initiated this control, the affliction can be neutralized. Or if he was directly destroyed. In the meantime, he gives sorrowful glance and he goes out. Students and new friends, I'm sorry what's about to befell you, but I can fear another episode coming on, and I must retreat to the basement so I can cause no harm.
Anyone else feel like we should just make sure he's okay installed in the basement?
If you wish, please, though, if you could keep my students safe until morning. Use everything at your disposal that you could possibly find in the house. We must go now.
Well, I know that in zombie situations, it is always best to put people on the top floor from whence they cannot escape if there is any chance.
All right. So for the next 10 minutes, what is everyone going to be doing?
Yeah, nothing is off limits anymore. So I'm going to be like, somebody's got to scope out the house. I'm going to make sure that this guy isn't like inadvertently causing all of this in the basement.
Yeah, might as well take a look around some of the places we haven't checked already.
Yeah.
There's also enough furniture around that if you guys wanted to, you could build barricades, which is what Lucy suggests.
Yeah.
The other two students go to hide.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Corran will keep watching the main
All right.
lobby.
Well,
watching the door.
if you are going to do that, Lucy is going to ask that you help with building barricades.
Herbal assistant building barricades.
He ignores
Herbal assistant building barricades.
Okay, so
He's like, I need them to be able to get in more easily. I can't chomp
all right,
them up if they're on the other side of the
let's-
sofa.
We'll start with this, the easiest stuff first. So, Orde, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Yes. Once I get back, there we go.
Cool.
Actually, I have detect magic as a cantrip. I might as well be. That takes a bit. So.
All right, you quickly search for anything particularly useful, and the 18. The main thing that you find is inside of the kitchen.
Doesn't take any time really at all. I can just detect magic as I'm walking around.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. While you are in the kitchen, you manage to find a cabinet that contains roughly a dozen large, well-made silver cooking knives, which which, if used for combat weapons, would count as expert quality silver daggers.
Requisition those.
All right. So that is what you spend your 10 mins doing. I do not believe you find anything magical during your search.
Okay.
Actually, read to me Detect Magic again.
Oh, yeah, I should probably read that in the first place. I mean out loud. No, other way. You send out a magical pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no information beyond presence or absence of magic. You can choose to ignore magic you're fully aware of, such as you and your allies' magic items and ongoing spells. You detect illusion magic only if that magic's effect has a lower level than the level of your detect magic spell, which is a cantrip. However, items that have an illusion aura but aren't deceptive in appearance, such as an invisibility potion, typically get
cool.
detected.
You detect that there is some magic in the basement. Emil, the good doctor brings you back into his closet. And opens up the trapdoor that you found earlier, which leads into the basement. Inside of the basement, Aaron, are you there? Okay, just wanted to make sure you didn't step away and I was talking to empty here. Inside of the basement, you find that the hidden basement is a state of ruin. There's a single sought and connected change in the southeast corner. The entire area is difficult terrain. There's a bizarre alien-looking chalk writings which cover the walls. If you want to give me a society check.
Oh, I'm so societal. I roll with their mastery level of trained. Their total is a 19.
It should be
Wait,
level
what?
+1. Or just level.
Oh,
Yes.
so I roll a 12,
And then you're level
and then,
7.
Yeah, so it adds 7,
Yep.
but yeah. So it's just 7.
You do not
So
recognize the language.
19. This language
so
is
with your help, the
inscrutable.
professor asks that you tie him down tight.
Right.
Language down there?
There's a language down here.
Comprehend languages as a spell.
All right. Well, after I've helped to secure him and made sure that maybe there's no ritual going on, I'm gonna come up and say this. I don't know where you've gotten off to, but I'm at least
Yeah.
going.
So that's what you spend your 10 minutes doing. So you get to there. The dwarf and Lucy are gonna build some barricades.
Yeah.
All right. So you can build a barricade into a single. With the two of you working, you can build a single barricade into a 5-foot square. It will cause the area to be. It will cause any entryway to be blocked for 3 rounds. If once they break through, the area will be considered difficult terrain, and probably cause damage to whoever tries to push their way through it. So where would you like to place your 2 blockades?
I think one at the main
All right.
entrance.
All right. And do you want the second one also at the main entrance or somewhere else?
Yeah, let's do both at the main entrance.
Yeah, let's do both at the main entrance.
All right. So you guys are both there, and you have just finished up your blockades. When you hear new pounding on the front doors.
I say,
Can you speak, or are you also?
can you speak, or are you also
the
going to
hammering
kill us?
continues as it appears as something else is trying to break inside of the room, and you know that it's going to be a long night here in Sombrefell Hall, and we're going to call it there for tonight.
I prepare to cast black tentacles this time.
You are there to start off with. 'Cause you got
I'm going to cast it
right.
wherever there's space.
so
that isn't currently filled with warm, fuzzy black tentacles.
thanks everyone for tuning in and
Aw.
watching, and we'll be back in a couple weeks with the next chapter part thing.
With the next part
Yes,
of Sombrefell's chapter part thing.
Part four
I
of-
speak Wells.
Ugh.
We do many.
We do the
There's
words
so many
here.
words.
We
All
are
right.
wordsmiths.
Good night, everybody.